Hi everyone, Drini here, and welcome to my channel. So we're going to do a double video today because I was traveling for the past couple of days. I wasn't able to do updates on certain gaming crypto projects that we track. Now that I'm back though, given the market sensitivity at the moment because everything appears to really go to hell, it's very important for us to have certain price targets or certain thresholds for certain gaming cryptos in order for us to develop a point of view on an appropriate investing strategy moving forward. So today we're going to cover my favorite project, Cornucopias. Now that the land sale has been concluded and the hype has died down, we can now focus our attention on the COPI price action, the Cornucopias token, because it is starting to break through historical floors and appears to want to reach a particular destination. So let's dive into the charts just to see where we can potentially go. So what I have here is I have the daily chart of Cornucopias or COPI in the Binance Smart Chain. When you look at the Binance Smart Chain price action, what you can see is we did identify in the past that we were supposed to be on our way to a 5-wave destination to the upside, where if this was the high right here, the close was the high, and the close was the low, we were supposed to be on our way to the 1618 extension of around 19 cents right here. Now, the problem was we had a failed launch. So we had a very successful wave 1 right here, subsequent healthy wave 2 correction. The wave 3 destination was supposed to be much higher, but unfortunately we got stuck at the 786 period right here. This period of around April or March was also when Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets really capitulated to the downside. So what happened here is when we struggled to meet the 786 as resistance, we eventually got rejected, and now we have fallen below the wave 1 high right here and the wave 2 low right here. So officially, this particular 5-wave target that we have is officially invalidated because we are now forming new structures to the downside. But what's happening with COPI is actually a story of a 5-wave structure but to the downside instead. When we draw a reverse Fibonacci where the close, this particular close right here, where you have this particular impulsive move to the downside, if this is the 1 and the recent high close is our 0, what you can see is COPI price action appears to adhere to a Fibonacci structure. So what do I mean by that? Throughout the price movements, as you can see, when you have these levels right here, ever since then, we have been adhering to support and resistance structures that have been adhering to Fibonacci ever since. The reason, for example, for this major sideways action consolidation to the downside is because we have been stuck between the 618 and the 786. Once we finally broke through the 786 and had the major capitulation event, which coincides with the Bitcoin major capitulation event, we went all the way from the 786, blasted past it all the way to the 1.272 right here, where we found resistance for the past few days or so. We started to break through the 1.272 into the 1.414, but fortunately or unfortunately, depending on whether you want to buy more COPI, we found resistance right here, and we have bounced back since to this one and the 1.272. So now that we know that we have been adhering to certain Fibonacci structures, where could we potentially go? So what's most likely happening here is we are undergoing a 5-wave Elliott wave structure, but to the downside, where this is now your wave 1 right here. This is your wave 2 correction. We are in the middle of a wave 3 destination somewhere. Whether or not this would be the one or whether it will be lower would now depend on the Fibonacci levels and when we start to have relief rallies. So for example, if the wave 3 is somewhere lower than this, which is the 1618 extension of around the 1.2 cents right here, then we can start to have a relief rally all the way to the 1.272 of around 1.6 cents before our eventual destination to the 2 right here of around 0.009. This could be a potential destination for COPI. Now, the thing to note is it will really depend on what Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market does. If we continue to capitulate from here, where Bitcoin goes to the mid-teens, then this particular structure, of course, is inevitable. But what can also happen is we can start bouncing back from here. So for example, if this is the wave 3 high, for example, and Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto markets recover from here, then we can actually invalidate this particular structure by going back to the wave 1 high. So for example, if we start to overtake the wave 1 impulsive move right here, and if price starts to go above this particular price level, we will definitely invalidate this particular structure and we will move back to the upside. However, the likelihood of that, given the macroeconomic environment, is a bit unlikely at the moment. So, regardless of which structure it holds, whether the wave 3 ends at certain levels or not, the key thing to note here is take note of these price levels moving forward. The 1.414 price of around 0.014, the next level of the 1618, which is the 1.2 cent level here, and the 2 would be the 0.009 right here. If we continue to go on, then the next price level would be the 0.007. The other thing to account for is certain Fibonacci levels are tighter than others. It's just the way the Fibonacci structure works. That is why this particular chasm is pretty wide. From the 1.272 to the 1.414, it's a pretty narrow range. So don't be surprised that if we go down further, we start to consolidate right here, but suddenly we are blasting past a giant chasm. And the key thing to note is past the 16618 right here, there is a giant chasm all the way to the 2. So don't be surprised if we suddenly blast past here and then we have a wider range where the candles are going all over the place. That is because we are adhering to Fibonacci structure. Moving forward then, what are our appropriate strategies moving forward? That is really up to you. So for example, if you are planning to have certain price destinations before you come into COPI, then right now we are currently at historic floors. Although with the current macro environment, this appears to be broken. So just refer to these price levels to see what potential entry points do you want to have in order to come into the space. So personally though, right now during this bear market, I'm only investing in 3 projects. Bitcoin, of course, is the first one. Cardano or ADA is the second one. This is the only gaming crypto projects that I'm currently putting my money on. Risk adjusted, of course. I'm not putting my entire life savings on COPI. It is risk adjusted where if in case COPI goes all the way to 0, I don't mind losing that particular funds. One of the reasons why I'm investing in COPI, and this is the only project that I'm investing in, is when you look at it from a valuation standpoint, the current market cap of COPI is $9 million. This is laughably very undervalued. The land sale alone that they've had has already surpassed the $5 million revenue range. The other NFT assets that they've sold in the past have also warranted a couple of million here and there. So from a valuation standpoint, the market cap is really laughably low when it comes to their current value in the market for what they are trying to achieve. So the hope here is eventually the future destination of Cornucopias would be very similar to the major MMORPGs out there, which have an average valuation of around $1 to $3 billion. So that is the reason why, regardless of what happens to COPI price action, I continue to invest in it. The major upside potential of Cornucopias really trumps whatever is out there when it comes to high quality gaming crypto projects. But again, that's only a personal take, and we shall see how it goes. At the end of the day, in spite of my belief that Cornucopias will still be a $3 billion, $5 billion investment, it is still very important to risk adjust your investment accordingly. Yo, before you go, like this video, subscribe, and share this video to your friends. Thank you very much and have a good day.